Good morning, America. For our viewers in the West, another round of deadly explosions rocked the Middle East. Fear and panic across Lebanon. Devices detonate across the country, including walkie-talkies and solar energy systems, killing at least 20, injuring thousands. Our Marcus Moore just feet from one of them.
We just heard a loud explosion, and I saw a man whose hands were gone.
Israel launched the attacks. How the White House is responding.
Overnight, Donald Trump now telling supporters he plans to visit Springfield, Ohio. Trump amplifying false claims about Haitian immigrants eating neighbors' pets. Now, what the former president is promising once again, and how Vice President Kamala Harris is responding.
New claims of election interference. Officials accuse Iran of hacking the Trump campaign as Microsoft issues a stark warning about threats from foreign actors.
Diddy denied bail. Sean Combs ordered to remain behind bars as he awaits trial on sex trafficking and racketeering charges. Why the judge rejected his appeal.
Mr. Beast under fire.
Whoever leaves the circle last wins $500,000.
While the wildly popular YouTube star's production company is being sued by contestants on his new reality show.
In convenience stores.
Every single hair product is locked up behind these glass shelves.
Growing frustration among shoppers with so many products locked behind glass. We checked it out.
Daring rescue. A sheriff's deputy climbs from a patrol car into a moving pickup truck.
You good? You okay? Is this parked?
To save the driver experiencing a medical emergency. What she's saying about it this morning.
Live in Times Square, this is Good Morning America.
Little ABBA to get you going this morning. Good morning, America. Hope you are doing well.
George, we have a lot of news to get to this morning, including the Federal Reserve cutting interest rates for the first time in 4 years. More rate cuts are expected in the months ahead, and we're going to break down exactly what that means for your mortgage, credit card bills, and more.
But we begin with the second day of deadly attacks in the Middle East. Walkie-talkies belonging to members of Hezbollah detonated across Lebanon. It came a day after thousands of Hezbollah pagers exploded. Israel is not claiming responsibility, but officials tell ABC News that it is behind the operation. Hezbollah is vowing retribution, and our Marcus Moore is on the scene in Beirut. Good morning, Marcus.
Well, Michael, good morning. Many here in Beirut and across Lebanon are on edge after 2 straight days of simultaneous explosions. These blasts targeting Hezbollah, but also killing and injuring scores of civilians, including children. This morning, the scenes of fear and panic as explosions erupted across Lebanon for the second day, killing 20 people and injuring 450. Lebanese officials said this latest wave of exploding devices included walkie-talkies and solar energy systems. Video on social media showing the moment a device exploded at the funeral of a Hezbollah militant. In the explosion, a man falls to the ground, and we were just feet away from another blast. The crowd panicking in the chaos. We just heard a loud explosion, and I saw a man whose hands were gone. Terror and confusion on the faces of children running inside. The attacks over 2 days, killing more than 32 people, including 2 children. Sources confirming to ABC News Israel was behind Tuesday's attack, targeting Hezbollah with thousands of exploding pagers. Photos circulating on social media appear to show the remains of the pager model used in Tuesday's synchronized attack. While Israel has yet to publicly claim responsibility, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu speaking out, saying that they will return residents of the northern border to their homes safely. Meanwhile, Hassan Nasrallah, the leader of Hezbollah, he's set to deliver a speech just hours from now. It will be his first since these synchronized explosions. And Hezbollah has already said that it will retaliate, but it remains unclear how. And George, these events are marking a potential escalation in this war.
No question about that. Thank you, Marcus. Let's get more on the U.S. response from Chief Global Affairs anchor Martha Raddatz. She's in Tel Aviv. Good morning, Martha.
Good morning, George. Secretary of State Tony Blinken left the region a short time ago. Like others in the administration, Blinken insisting that the U.S. had nothing to do with these attacks and was not told in advance of the details. But officials tell ABC News that the Israelis did alert U.S. officials, including Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin, that they would be conducting an operation against Hezbollah beginning last Tuesday. But the U.S. was not told it would involve exploding pagers and walkie-talkies. And while the administration has denied any involvement, they have not condemned the attack. What they have done is plead with all those involved not to let this conflict escalate, even as the Israelis shift more troops north towards the border. George?
Martha Raddatz, thanks. Let's get the latest now in the race for the White House. Donald Trump held a rally outside New York City last night on the day he was originally scheduled to be sentenced in his Manhattan criminal trial. Trump repeated false claims about immigrants in Springfield, Ohio, as Harris slammed plans for mass deportation of immigrants. Rachel Scott is tracking the campaign. She's here now. Good morning, Rachel.
Hey, George. Good morning to you. Between bomb threats and evacuations, the city of Springfield has been on edge ever since Donald Trump amplified those false claims about Haitian migrants who live there, and officials have warned that a campaign stop will only make things worse.
Overnight, Donald Trump telling his supporters he plans to visit Springfield, Ohio, after amplifying false claims that Haitian migrants in Springfield were eating neighborhood pets.
You may never see me again, but that's okay. Got to do what I got to do. Whatever happened to Trump? Well, he never got out of Springfield.
Springfield's mayor has warned against a visit from any candidate. The city has had at least 33 bomb threats.
Here would be an extreme strain on our resources. So it would be fine with me if they decided not to make that stop right now.
Trump going after the mayor at his rally on Long Island, New York.
I think he's a very nice person. But instead of saying we're getting them all out, we're getting them out. He says very simply, we're hiring teachers to teach them English. Can you believe it? We are hiring interpreters.
The Republican governor of Ohio has defended Haitian immigrants, most of whom are in the country legally, calling them a boost to the economy. The former president once again promising to carry out the largest deportation in U.S. history. His rival, Vice President Kamala Harris, calling it extreme.
Imagine what that would look like and what that would be. How's that going to happen? Massive raids? Massive detention camps? What are they talking about?
Trump also made misleading claims that he won the endorsement of one of the most powerful unions in the country, the Teamsters, which has 1.3 million members. The reality, the Teamsters announced it will not be endorsing a candidate this election. Union President Sean O'Brien stating neither candidate made serious commitments to ensure the interests of working people are always put before big business.
Yeah, both candidates were going all out for that endorsement. So we are now less than 7 weeks out from Election Day. Early in-person voting begins tomorrow in some key states. And this morning, a New York Times Siena poll shows that the race is deadlocked nationally. But in that critical battleground state of Pennsylvania, Harris has a 4-point edge on Donald Trump. That is a must-win for both campaigns.
It's kind of a confusing finding in that poll this morning as well. Your day job, you also cover Congress. Another government shutdown looming.
Yeah, we are just 12 days out from a government shutdown. House Speaker Mike Johnson puts forward his plan. Almost every single Democrat, 14 Republicans reject that plan. Donald Trump is encouraging Republicans to reject that plan as well, urging them not to compromise. So here we are again. It's back to square one. We have seen this movie play out before, but Speaker Johnson is now searching for a plan B.
He's looking for a plan B, but as you said, former President Trump pushing for this shutdown and resistance from leaders in Congress.
Yep, and it will be right before the November election, George.
Rachel Scott, thanks very much. Michael?
All right, thank you, George. Now to new concerns about election security. U.S. intelligence agencies accuse Iran of hacking the Trump campaign and sending stolen information to people associated with the Biden campaign. Chief Justice correspondent Pierre Thomas is in Washington with more. Good morning, Pierre.
Michael, good morning. Intelligence officials and Microsoft are warning that foreign enemies are intensifying their efforts targeting this year's election, and there's new evidence of just how brazen Iran has become.
This morning, the FBI, Homeland Security cyber officials, and the Director of National Intelligence with a disturbing new claim about the Iranian government's secret effort to target our election, accusing Iranian hackers of stealing non-public material from former President Trump's campaign and then sending it directly to individuals associated with President Biden's campaign. The joint intelligence statement makes clear that the stolen information, which was sent in the form of emails, was not solicited by any Biden campaign official, and there's no evidence they responded.
Wow.
But overnight, that didn't stop former President Trump from raising questions, and his campaign was quick to demand more information about how the Biden campaign responded to the hack, which took place earlier this summer before Biden dropped out of the race.
They just released a report confirming that Iran actors hacked into the Trump campaign's email accounts and in turn sought to give the hacked materials to the Biden-Harris campaign.
The Harris-Walsh campaign quickly responding, condemning any kind of foreign election interference. They said they cooperated with law enforcement, noting that they were unaware of any stolen information being sent directly to the campaign. Instead, they say it went to the personal email of individuals tied to the campaign and that it looked like spam. On Wednesday, the president and vice chairman of Microsoft issuing a stark warning to Congress.
There are real and serious threats, and it is an election where Russia, Iran, and China are united with the common interest in discrediting democracy in the eyes of our own voters. But this has also become an election of Iran versus Trump and Russia versus Harris.
Intelligence officials say that foreign election interference may only get worse down the stretch of the campaign, and Microsoft is warning that the final hours before the election likely will be the most active and perhaps the most scary, Rebecca.
Those critical 48 hours. Okay, Pierre, thank you so much. We turn now to the Federal Reserve's interest rate cut. The first reduction in 4 years. It was larger than many analysts anticipated, a 0.5 percentage point. And Elizabeth Schulze is here with more. Good morning, Elizabeth.
Good morning, Rebecca. You know, this is really a new chapter for the Federal Reserve, and it is starting this off in a bold way. The Fed slashing interest rates for the first time since the pandemic in 2020 with a 0.5 point cut. That's its biggest rate cut in 16 years. And the Fed signaled even lower rates in the months ahead. Fed Chair Jerome Powell tells me that this is a sign that there has been real progress on fighting inflation. Remember, the Fed made the cost of borrowing money more expensive to try to slow down how much consumers and businesses were spending. And that worked. With inflation now close to the Fed's target, it can bring those borrowing costs back down. So as for when households are going to feel the impact of this, the most immediate sector already has been in the housing market. The average rate on a 30-year fixed mortgage, now 6.2%, already a full point lower compared to just a couple months ago. Most analysts think we're going to end the year in the 6% range, maybe could get closer to 5% next year. But even the Fed chair acknowledged those days of ultra low 2 or 3% rates likely over. When it comes to your other bills like credit cards or auto loans, those rate cuts will take time to add up. Bankrate, for example, says your typical car loan, if you take it out over the next year as the Fed cuts, could save you about $400 a year.
So there is something here for consumers. Wall Street is still digesting this information as well this morning, Elizabeth.
Yes, and the stock market is set to open higher. The traders are really welcoming this shift from the Federal Reserve because, remember, lower rates also mean that it's cheaper for businesses to take out loans. That's good news because that could help keep them up hiring, keep up this pace of solid job growth. The Fed wants to prevent a bigger slowdown in the jobs market.
Less expensive money can really fuel those stocks. Okay, Elizabeth, thanks so much for joining us. And coming up in our next hour, Elizabeth will be back to break down how these cuts are going to impact your bottom line, things like your credit card bill. George?
Such a consequential move. We're going to move now to the spike in cases of dengue fever with national numbers on the rise. Los Angeles County is now reporting that 3 people have contracted the disease there. Trevor Alt is in Los Angeles with the latest. Good morning, Trevor.
Good morning, George. So these are locally acquired cases. It means the 3 people infected here didn't travel anywhere else recently. They contracted dengue fever right here in L.A. County. Now, dengue fever spreads through mosquito bites. The symptoms are similar to the flu, but it can be quite serious. And these new cases here come in the midst of a spike nationally. More than 3,000 cases this year, the vast majority of them in Puerto Rico. That is almost double the amount of locally acquired cases as last year. And globally, there is a new record number of cases. That's something the CDC warned about with a health alert back in June. Now, we should note these are not the first ever cases here in L.A. County. There were 2 locally acquired cases last year, and dengue fever can't spread person to person. Mosquitoes are the carriers, so the best way to protect yourself is with good repellent, long sleeves, and be wary of spending extended time near standing water. Michael?
All right, thank you for that advice, Trevor. I'm going to go now to the WNBA announcing plan to expand to 15 teams, bringing the franchise back to Portland, Oregon. It's just the latest in a series of major milestone for the league. Eva Pilgrim is here with the story. Good morning, Eva.
This has been so much fun to watch. There's been so much excitement around women's sports in the WNBA, and now the league is giving us more of what we want, adding more teams in more cities.
I am honored to officially announce that we have awarded Portland the 15th WNBA franchise.
This morning, Portland, Oregon joining the WNBA. It's the first time a WNBA team will return to a city it left. The Fire played in Portland for 3 years before being dissolved in 2002.
Seconds tick off, and the Fever have their win against the Liberty.
The league is coming off its highest viewed and attended season ever. Driving interest, a breakout rookie class.
6 threes on the night.
Stars like Caitlin Clark, who set a record for assists in a single game and became the first rookie to have a triple-double in a game. And Angel Reese, who set a WNBA record for consecutive double-doubles before suffering a season-ending injury. Established vets like Asia Wilson also rewriting the record books. The Aces star breaking the single-season scoring record, becoming the first player in league history to score over 1,000 points.
These women, whether they are veterans or rookies, are ushering in new fans in a very similar way that maybe Larry Bird and Magic Johnson did, that really helped transition the NBA into the mainstream. Now the women are having a moment.
Portland is the third expansion team entering the league over the next 2 years, with San Francisco and Toronto getting the other 2 spots.
The best is yet to come. These 3 teams joining the WNBA is the blueprint for the future.
And it's about to get really fun. It's playoff basketball time. The WNBA playoff schedule will be decided tonight. The first playoff games tip off on Sunday, and I am sure it's going to be a lot of fun to watch.
Oh, yeah. The whole season was great to watch, and these rookies came in and just took it to another level. So, sure, the playoffs going to be great.
Yes.
All right, take me to a game, Eva. I'll accept the ticket if you got one. All right, thank you. Coming up, the incredible rescue caught on camera. Sheriff's deputy climbing into a moving car to help a driver in trouble.
Those are wild videos. Plus, the lawsuit against YouTube star Mr. Beast production company over his new game show. What some contestants claim they went through while competing for $5 million.
And why a judge rejected Sean Diddy Combs' appeal to be released on bail.
Coming up, we are looking at the growing backlash over stores locking up so many products behind glass. We've got the key.
Welcome back to GMA. Woo, that's the ultimate Mamma Mia moment from the 2008 movie right there. Oh, it's catchy. And this morning, we have one bride's amazing ABBA moment on her wedding day. It is our play of the day.
That earworm is going to be going all day long. We are following a lot of headlines right now, including the latest on the second day of deadly attacks in the Middle East. Walkie-talkies belonging to members of Hezbollah detonated across Lebanon. It came a day after thousands of Hezbollah pagers exploded. Israel did not claim responsibility, but officials tell ABC News that it is behind the operation. Hezbollah is vowing retribution. Also right now, Boeing says it will start to temporarily furlough non-union employees to preserve cash amid the strike called by 33,000 machinists. The plane manufacturer said the move could impact tens of thousands of employees. Federal mediators are involved in negotiations between the union and management.
And take a look at this. A major league-worthy catch off the field. A young Braves fan making phenomenal foul ball grab. One hand to the sky with her glove, making the catch at the Braves game last night. The Braves went on to beat the Cincinnati Reds 7-1. But that catch, second to none, guys.
Great
and
catch.
Also, that was my dream come true as a kid. I went to every Twins game with a glove, sitting in the bleachers,
any luck?
hoping. It didn't work out. It did not work out.
So it didn't actually come true. You're still holding on to it.
It never came true. I'm living through her. Well done, kid. And we've got a lot more ahead, including the heart-pounding rescue when a deputy climbs into a moving car. It was all caught on camera, and that is coming up, George.
Right now, the latest on Sean Diddy Combs. He's ordered held without bail as he awaits trial on sex trafficking and racketeering charges. Senior investigative correspondent Aaron Katursky is outside the jail. Good morning, Aaron.
Good morning to you, George. Sean Combs really fought to stay out of this place where his attorney called conditions horrific. But the judge sent him back, finding Diddy a danger to women. This morning, millionaire rap mogul Sean Combs, who has been known as Diddy, Puffy, and Love, is now inmate 37452-054 after a judge rejected his appeal to be released on bail.
The fight continues. We're not giving up by a long shot.
Combs offering a $50 million bond backed by his Miami estate, the same one raided by the feds last spring. His lawyers showed the court these pictures to prove its value. He even offered to restrict female visitors, give up his cell phone, and be monitored by live-in security guards. But the judge said there were no conditions that could keep Combs from endangering women or from tampering with witnesses. The judge pointing to this alarming 2016 video obtained by CNN showing Combs kicking and dragging former girlfriend and protege Cassie Ventura. Prosecutors calling it clear evidence of dangerousness. When the defense argued the footage captured the end of the couple's 10-year loving relationship, the judge interrupted, saying, "What's love got to do with that?"
Mr. Combs has maintained that he's innocent. He's a smart guy. He knows what he did and what he didn't do.
If you use my approach, you can dock both.
Combs' lavish lifestyle, often a trademark of his music and persona, as seen here showing off one of his mansions to Vogue in 2017.
Oh, for the kids, the family, the weather.
Now he's being housed in a special unit away from the general population in the same jail where other high-profile defendants spent time, including R. Kelly, Ghislaine Maxwell, and Sam Bankman-Fried. It's just a remarkable change in circumstances for Sean Combs. His attorney says he may try to get him moved to a different jail in New Jersey. But for now, he's stuck here at MDC Brooklyn, where even a federal judge has called conditions dangerous and barbaric. Guys?
Yeah, definitely a change right there, Aaron. Thank you. We appreciate that. Now we're going to turn to Mr. Beast, who's under fire. The wildly popular YouTuber's production company is being sued by contestants on his new reality competition, alleging mistreatment, sexual harassment, and unpaid wages. Eva Pilgrim is back with that. Good morning again, Eva.
Good morning again. In a 54-page legal filing, much of the specifics redacted, these 5 contestants detail their experience making what was billed to be the biggest reality competition ever. But they say they were misled from the start, discovering this competition wasn't what they thought it was going to be.
Whoever leaves the circle last wins $500,000.
Mr. Beast, a 26-year-old multimillionaire and YouTube megastar, now under fire. His production company sued, along with Amazon, by the contestants of his new reality show.
We're curing 1,000 people's blindness.
The class action lawsuit claiming the Amazon Prime show exploited the labor of the contestants, alleging sexual harassment and a hostile work environment. The show, a partnership between Mr. Beast, Jimmy Donaldson, and Amazon Prime Video, marketed Beast Games as the biggest reality competition series ever, with 1,000 contestants competing for a $5 million cash prize, the biggest single prize in the history of television and streaming. But now 5 of those contestants claiming the show didn't provide fair wages or even bare minimum legal working conditions. Many are still awaiting their promised reimbursement.
There was a lot of control over their sleeping arrangements, over the food, when and where, whether or not they could go to the bathroom.
The lawsuit detailing what the contestants call unreasonable, unsafe, and unlawful employment conditions. Writing the show only allowed them to be fed sporadically and sparsely, fostered a culture of misogyny and sexism, and had insufficient medical staff to attend to potential and actual injuries during the production. There were several reports of injuries. Court documents, including a copy of a manual titled How to Succeed in Mr. Beast Production, that states, really do everything you can to empower the boys when filming. Help them be idiots.
The very first question I think here is, do game show contestants, particularly in the Los Angeles area where there are a lot of game shows, do they qualify as employees under California law?
And a lot of people will be watching to see what comes of this. ABC News reached out to Donaldson, his production company, and Amazon about the lawsuit. They had no comment.
Very interesting story. Okay, Eva, thank you. We turn now to a rescue. Straight out of a movie, a sheriff's deputy is being hailed as a hero after climbing into a moving truck to save the driver during a medical emergency. Will Reeve is here with that story. Good morning, Will.
Good morning, Rebecca. You should all know off the top that the person in danger in this video is safe, because this is stunning, nerve-wracking video of a daring rescue you have to see to appreciate both the feat and the heroes who pulled it off.
It's the high-stakes rescue caught on tape that has 2 sheriff's deputies being hailed as heroes. Watch as Macomb County, Michigan Deputy Sheriff Nicole Myron climbs from the passenger seat of a moving patrol car into the passenger seat of this moving silver truck on a busy highway.
You good? You okay? Is this parked?
Bringing it to a stop.
While we pull him next to him, you could see he kind of looks over at us. He's in like a daze, confused. It clearly was some sort of medical issue.
It all happened last Thursday afternoon, after the 63-year-old motorist was spotted driving erratically down the road at about 5 miles per hour.
Well, luckily, we had a caller following the vehicle, so we were able to keep tabs exactly where the vehicle was headed.
Fellow Deputy Sheriff Anthony Gross was behind the wheel of the police cruiser.
I was worried about trying to keep him safe and us safe, and with the heavy traffic in the area and trying to stay as close as I could, that way we could handle the situation.
Deputy Sheriff Myron says time stood still as they were approaching a busy intersection.
I want to get a stop before we entered that area because I didn't know if he could hit somebody else or they wouldn't see him and hit him, and it probably could have been a lot worse.
The sheriff applauding his deputies' quick thinking.
I'm proud of both of the deputies for their actions. I consider them heroes.
And the sheriff's office tells ABC News that the motorist is home and okay. Thank goodness for that. What a moment.
Thank goodness for that, and those deputies who were fast thinking and fast acting. Yeah. Well, thanks so much. Now, with growing consumer frustration over some stores locking up everyday items like soap behind plexiglass, a recent estimate from nearly a dozen large cities finds that even as crime fell, shoplifting is up 24% in the first half of this year. Customers say the measures to stop it are making shopping a struggle.
Every single hair product is locked up behind these glass shelves.
Consumers are unlocking their frustrations.
The entire section of soft drinks and cold products is locked.
On retailers locking up merchandise.
Why do I have to find an associate for soap? It's $9.
Adrienne Perkins of Atlanta says she recently waited nearly 10 minutes for a store employee to assist her with soap.
They had to call somebody else, and then I had to wait some more. So that confusion turned to frustration, especially when associates aren't readily available to open said case under lock and key.
And the inconvenience is driving her to shop elsewhere.
This experience would definitely make me lean towards buying things online.
The customers aren't quite used to not having that freedom in store. And so you've got a lot of friction, both from the employee who is running around trying to unlock those cabinets on demand, and then they're met with potentially a frustrated customer.
Retailers say they're turning to these tactics because of an increase in incidents like these on everything from designer items to everyday products.
It says press call button for assistance.
We went to a few stores in New York City to see what consumers may be facing.
Thank you. Someone will be with you shortly.
And found everything from electronics to beauty products,
peanut M&Ms, please,
to even candy in locked cases.
We got it. And he was just called somewhere else.
But with many frustrated customers, experts wonder how long this will last.
I think if they're getting smart with the data and they find a balance, that this will subside. I think the customers will start to vote with their wallet.
That's exactly what we're seeing, and we reached out to 4 different retailers. One said, like many in the industry, we are seeing a higher level of brazen shoplifting and organized retail crime. Another noted some products are subject to additional security on a store-by-store basis, so we can continue to offer our everyday low prices, while a third said locking a product is a measure of last resort. But you feel the frustration.
Have it helped, though?
That's sort of, there's not a lot of great data on this at this point, Michael. One thing that it has done is it's lowered theft overall, but it also hit sales, because when people shop in an experience like this, it's not as pleasant. You don't make the impulse purchases. I do want to say every store I visited in New York for this story, they were out there within seconds. Within seconds, they were there. Even before I pressed the button, one of the store clerks was there to help me. So you got to feel for the people working in stores dealing with this as well.
So they read your mind?
He knew I wanted
That's
candy.
Kind of scary.
He saw my face staring at those M&Ms.
Thank you, Rebecca.
For the daytime, Will Reeve is back. Big surprise for a bride.
This is lovely, George. I can't wait to share this with everybody. It was a wedding fit for a dancing queen or an ABBA superfan. Take a look at this. It's Catherine and Jim's wedding up in Montreal. The bride getting ready for the traditional bouquet toss. And yet, here it goes, a flash mob. She had no idea that this was going to happen. The bride was the only person there who didn't know the flash mob was going on. The bride's mom coordinated it, choreographed it, recorded it, sent it to every guest so that they could pull this off for a beautiful surprise. Congrats and mazel to Catherine and Jim. And congrats and mazel to all the dancers for learning their steps.
You know what? That's good that they figured it out. And if you didn't know the steps, just stay in the back.
Yeah, right.
That's always the rule. Just the back.
And if nothing else, just snap and clap and you're good to go.
I love it. But that's a great surprise for the bride. Congratulations to both of them. And coming up, comedian Sebastian Maniscalco is here. So get ready to laugh.
Good morning, America. It's 8 a.m. Another round of deadly explosions rocked the Middle East. Devices detonate across Lebanon, including walkie-talkies and solar energy systems, killing at least 20, injuring thousands.
We just heard a loud explosion, and I saw a man whose hands were gone.
Our Marcus Moore just feet from one of them.
The Fed rate cut and you. How lower interest rates affect your bottom line. From your credit card debt to mortgage and refinancing options. What you need to know. Flag football fever. The exploding popularity of women's sports hits the flag football field, the latest state to make it an official high school sport, as we get ready for it to debut in the LA Games.
I'm the man, I'm the man, I'm the man.
And Sebastian Maniscalco is here, telling us about his record-breaking Madison Square Garden stop. And he's saying,
"Good morning, America. It ain't right."
Live in Times Square, this is GMA.
Good morning, America. Good morning, Sebastian, who is breaking records with 5 sold-out shows at Madison Square Garden. Cannot wait to catch up with him. It's always a good time.
He is very funny, and it looks like he might be dancing a little bit even. Also ahead, Rachel Scott is standing by tracking the latest on the race for the White House with just 47 days to go.
First, look at the top stories breaking today. We start with the second day of deadly attacks in the Middle East. Walkie-talkies belonging to members of Hezbollah detonated across Lebanon. It came a day after thousands of Hezbollah pagers exploded. I want to go back to Marcus Moore on the scene in Beirut. Good morning, Marcus.
George, good morning again. The streets here in Beirut seem quieter as the tension remains high. People here in the city and across Lebanon are on edge after 2 straight days of simultaneous explosions, and we now know that Wednesday's blast killed and injured hundreds of people. This morning, the scenes of fear and panic as explosions erupted across Lebanon for the second day, killing 25 people and injuring 450. Lebanese officials said this latest wave of exploding devices included walkie-talkies and solar energy systems. Video on social media showing the moment a device exploded at the funeral of a Hezbollah militant. In the explosion, a man falls to the ground, and we were just feet away from another blast. The crowd panicking in the chaos. We just heard a loud explosion, and I saw a man whose hands were gone. Terror and confusion on the faces of children running inside. The attacks over 2 days, killing 37 people, including 2 children. Sources confirming to ABC News Israel was behind Tuesday's attack, targeting Hezbollah with thousands of exploding pagers. Photos circulating on social media appear to show the remains of the pager model used in Tuesday's synchronized attack. While Israel has yet to publicly claim responsibility, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu speaking out, saying that they will return residents of the northern border to their homes safely. And we just got an update from the Ministry of Health here in Lebanon. They say that hundreds of people are still in the hospital recovering from their injuries from these blasts. And Michael, these hospitals, many of them were already operating at full capacity from Tuesday's explosions, and then came Wednesday's blast, bringing even more patients. Michael.
Yeah, I know that's overwhelming for them, Marcus. Thank you for bringing that to us. And now to the latest on the race for the White House. With 47 days until the election, former President Trump held a rally last night where he amped amplified false claims about immigrants in Springfield, Ohio, and promised to carry out the largest deportation in U.S. history. Vice President Harris responded. And let's bring in Rachel Scott, who is tracking it all for us. Good morning again, Rachel.
Hey, Michael. Good morning to you again. 47 days, less than 7 weeks out from Election Day, and the polls show that this race is still a dead heat nationally. Donald Trump holding a campaign rally on Long Island, New York yesterday. The former president telling his supporters he plans to visit Springfield, Ohio, after amplifying false claims that Haitian migrants in Springfield were eating neighborhood pets. Now, Springfield's mayor has warned against a visit from any candidate because the city has received at least 33 bomb threats. Harris taking on Trump over his immigration plan, calling his promise for mass deportations extreme. She's heading to Michigan today, Georgia tomorrow. Both candidates in the final stretch were working to win the endorsement of one of the most powerful unions in the country, the Teamsters. But the union decided it will not be endorsing a candidate in this election for the first time in 30 years. They said no candidate made serious commitments to put working people over big business. But Rebecca, here we go. Early in-person voting starts in a handful of states tomorrow.
Wow, get ready, and a big change there. Okay, Rachel, thank you. We turn now to a big touchdown for women's sports. Pennsylvania just made flag football an officially sanctioned girls' high school sport, joining a growing list of states making it possible for more female athletes to get on the gridiron. Rhiannon Alley is here, and I think if this had been available when I was in high school, I might have even played. Good morning, Rhiannon.
I bet you would have been great, Rebecca. Flag football is exploding in popularity, and it's not just for the boys. Pennsylvania now joining the growing list of states to make it officially a girls' high school sport. Now, the inaugural season will kick off next year, the 2025-26 school year. Pennsylvania joins Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, California, Colorado, Florida, Georgia, Hawaii, Illinois, Nevada, New York, and Tennessee, all adding flag football to their girls' sports rosters. And excitement around this is booming. Nearly 43,000 girls participated in flag football in the 2023-24 season. That is a 105% increase from the previous year. That surge in interest is in part because people have finally realized how amazing women's sports are in general, but also because the Olympic Committee announced flag football will be an official Olympic sport for both men and women starting at the 2028 Los Angeles Games. So, Rebecca, we've got some time to get our team together. Michael can't be the only one with some skills on the football field.
I'll turn it over. You can have every bit of it. I'm done.
You think I can throw the football over the mountain, Michael? Napoleon Dynamite. Okay, guys, Rhiannon, we love it. Thank you, Rhiannon. Coming up in our GMA morning menu, I had to try. I just had to try it. What the Fed's interest rate cut means for you, from your credit card bills to your mortgage, and the downside for some.
Also ahead, breaking news on one of your favorite candies. We reveal the newest M&M flavor in pop news.
And it's Emily in Paris week on GMA. Plus, Tori Johnson is here. This morning, the deals are all about safety with big bargains from small businesses. Is all coming up right here on GMA.
I didn't.
Welcome back. Tomorrow on GMA, Vince Vaughn's going to be here talking about his new hit show, Bad Monkey. We are looking forward to that. Let's go to Michael.
All right, thank you, George. Now to our GMA cover story. The Federal Reserve lowering interest rates after 2 years of increases as it battled inflation. Elizabeth Schulze is back to talk about how this will impact your everyday life. And Elizabeth, how soon will the impact of these lower interest rates hit people when it comes to their credit card bill?
So credit cards, Michael, are a big one. We saw those rates go up to a record high after the Fed cuts rates. You're looking at an average 22% rate right now, up from 16% back in 2022 before the Fed's rate hikes. This matters if you're carrying a balance month to month on your card, which, according to the Fed, about 47% of cardholders are. So now, with those rates going down, if you're looking at your monthly statement, you should start to gradually see your interest payments lower. But the key word there is gradual. This is going to take time over the next year. So you always still do want to try to pay off as much of your balance on your credit card debt as possible to help avoid that interest snowballing. Also, always want to shop around. We took a look. We did find some cards with rates closer to 18 to 19% right now.
Yes, still shop around and be patient to watch those savings come in.
Patient.
All right, what about mortgages?
So this is one of the places we've already seen the impact of those Fed rate cuts already. When you think about how you look at mortgage rates, so the average 30-year fixed mortgage rate, 6.2%. What does this mean when you're looking at a $400,000 home? That's the median price about for a home in the U.S.
Your payment at 6.2% today, $24.50. That's a big change, even just from a couple months ago. That rate was 7.2%. So you're looking at a payment that's $265 cheaper every single month. So that's why those mortgage rates really do matter when you're looking at your monthly costs. Don't expect that rate to go back to 2 or 3%. Probably going to get closer to the 5-6% range, which was historically normal. Though, this is the other question that when you think about the housing puzzle, which is refinancing. So people who locked in really high rates might be a consideration now if you want to try to go a little bit lower. And we're seeing this happen. Refinancing applications were up 127% last week compared to 1 year ago. Basically, you're trying to change your rate for a lower run. Again, though, always considerations. There are costs when you refinance. You're going to pay up to 5% of your loan amount. So you really have to do the math. Make sure that how much you're saving monthly on your payments isn't going to cost is going to save you more than what you're paying up front in those fees.
I missed the 2 or 3%. Those were some good days.
Those were the days.
But all news may not be good news here. So tell us about some potential downside.
Yeah, this is important because we talk a lot about how higher borrowing costs have hurt people who are taking out loans, but they've actually helped people with savings in the bank. So you do right now, if you have money, you want to try to be earning the most on that cash that you have saved. Take a look at high yield savings accounts that still do have returns of up to 5.3% right now. Similar with certificate of deposit, CDs. That's where you invest basically a lump sum of your money for a set amount of time and you earn higher interest up to nearly 6% right now. But as the Fed cuts rates, those rates will start to come down. So if you have money that you want to be earning more cash on that money, think about locking in those rates now before the Fed starts to cut more, Michael.
What we were talking about earlier, you said this rate cut was like Christmas for you, right?
Embarrassingly, it was Christmas Day for me.
Yeah, Christmas Day for you. I love it. Christmas Day for a lot of us. People saving money.
We've been waiting for it for a long time.
We sure have. Thank you, Elizabeth, as always.
Will Reed back for the third time today after a very late night.
Yes.
We all want to congratulate you again.
Yes.
The premiere of your documentary on your parents, Superman, last night.
Thank you.
It's a great event.
Yeah,
we're glad. We want you to get some sleep after the show today.
Me too, but no rest for the weary. Got more to do, but all for a good reason. Thank you for being there. We had a wonderful time. I've been so touched by the support, so thank you. But if I've learned anything about my parents in this whole process my whole life, it's get on with your job. So let's do that. So we begin this morning with another premiere happening out in Hollywood with some real stars, George Clooney and Brad Pitt reuniting on the big screen and the red carpet in LA for their new movie Wolves. The dynamic duo bringing their star power to the comedy. It's their 7th movie together. Playing two professional fixers, they have to work together after being hired for the same job. Hijinks presumably ensue. The reviews are in. Variety calls it a winning action comedy spiked with movie star chemistry. The AP says it's a witty winning caper, and you can catch it when it hits theaters tomorrow, and it's streaming on Apple TV Plus Friday, September 27th.
Looks great.
Looks great. Yep, can't wait for that.
And there's such stars. Do you guys like M&Ms?
Of course.
Sure. All right, good, because we have an exclusive reveal here on GMA. For the first time in 2 years, M&M's coming out with a brand new flavor. The company creating what they call a new flavor innovation, and it is here. I'm going to get the bowl. It's peanut butter and jelly.
Peanut butter and jelly. I like the
jelly.
peanut butter one.
And we're going to try them for the first time. These don't hit stores till December. The chief marketing officer is sharing a statement. How do we like them? What are we thinking?
Oh, I like them.
Yeah. The middle. Oh. Okay. Yeah, there's definitely jelly. Peanut butter M&Ms.
But not too much.
Yeah. It's a good balance. Well done, M&Ms. I'm going to take this home. They say peanut butter M&Ms have been a long-standing popular flavor. The company wanted to lean into people's nostalgia for their childhood comfort classics. PB&J is now a bite-sized treat. Customers have been begging for this to come to shelves. As I said, it's coming to shelves in December. Or you come visit us at GMA. We got a whole bunch.
Really getting the terra firma here.
Terra firma. Okay, I don't even know what that means. And finally, they say a picture is worth 1,000 words. Michael is maybe choking on an M&M. It's going to be okay.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. May I continue?
Yes, please.
Okay. Well, we say pictures are worth 1,000 words. These school photos we're about to show you are worth 3 letters. LOL. Meet 2-year-old Eris Anderson, whose first picture day photos are nothing short of an A+, and the 17 million people who shared them online agree. The California toddler's mom, Keyshawn, told GMA that Eris, he's usually smiley. There he is, smiling, being a happy little kid. He loves his preschool. He's in his first year, but why is he so mad in these photos? What is that pout? It all comes down to the haircut. If you don't feel good about your haircut, you're not going to be happy. He doesn't like his, so he doesn't take his hood off, ever. It went super viral. It'll be a family memory for them. He will not be able to live that down.
Parents can totally relate to this. You try to take a picture of your kid, they don't want to smile.
Yeah,
it's when
especially
they're
with a bad
enjoying-
haircut.
Yeah, well, there you go.
I get it. And that's Pop News. Pop a peanut butter jelly M&M in my mouth.
Those are good.
Yeah.
Really good.
Okay. Will, I'm going to go walking. You guys enjoy the rest of these M&Ms.
We will.
Because I'm heading over to Deals and Steals, and Tori is here, and these are the things you need to have to be prepared. Great to see you, Tori.
Yeah, it's the stuff that we don't want to think about, but we're glad when we do have it. We're starting with Prepared Hero. It's an easy, simple way to extinguish a small fire at home or camping. You could be. So it comes right here. It's a blanket that's in here. You would hang it with this little hook here. You open it, pull it out with those straps, and then this blanket will help extinguish the fire because it smothers the fire. It cuts off the oxygen supply to that fire. So this is one that you're going to want to keep kitchen, car, if you're going camping, an outdoor area, if you do any kind of fire activities in your yard. More than 15,000 positive reviews. I had this once before. You guys, you viewers have begged me to bring it back. It's here today. A 4-pack today is $40. That is a 50% savings.
Excellent. We had a kitchen fire. I could have used this in it, and it's really slight, too. It's not going to take up a bunch of space. Okay.
So, next one. This is Lysol. So, I have had the unfortunate situation of family members bruised, broken bones because of falling in the dark because they didn't want to turn on the light at night. So these are all motion censored lights that allow you to light any area. So we've put them on, but if it was dark, motion sensor would, and in the dark, motion sensor would allow these to go on. So think about an area that doesn't have electricity right now in your home. It could be underneath a cabinet, a dark hallway, the path from the bed to the bathroom. It could be an attic, an outdoor area, someplace where you will make it safer by adding light, but you don't have wiring or electricity.
Don't have to worry about it
now. These products allow you to do it instantly with ease. They're so smart. Lysol has put together a variety of options for us. The sets are 50% off starting at $20.
Excellent.
Okay. All right. We're going to another one that you also don't want to think about.
What's happening here? Yeah,
so this is the knock box, and knock stands for next of kin. So imagine you're a loved one, injured, incapacitated, death, the things, again, we don't want to think about, but you want to be prepared. I've had that happen in my family, and it is, quite frankly, a nightmare to have to go through documents and computers and phones and cabinets to try to find
and
all
passwords and all of the things.
Yes, it's very hard to find all of that information. It happened to the family that started this, so they created a system based on everything they learned. So you get this entire system of documents here, and then an entire folder system to be able to help you identify everything from mortgages, leases, military service, bank accounts, insurance policies, storage facilities. I mean, all the things that you don't want to think about until you have to think about them. This takes you step by step through it to be able to create a system. There's even an option like a key system. So all of those keys, again, a storage unit, a lockbox, car keys, garage keys, any of
and the
house
labels
keys.
too.
The labels are all here, so that when it's time for people to have to figure out all of that account information, it is all right here for them. There are 3 different models for you to choose from, all 50% off. This is a really smart one.
Excellent. Take a Sunday afternoon and get it done.
Yes. Okay. Jump Smart. This is the ultimate tool to keep in your car. This will jump start engines up to 8 cylinders. So think most cars, trucks, SUVs, boat, lawnmower, motorcycle.
This jump starts your car.
Yes, this will jump start it. And then it also has built in, it's got flashlights that will also go into kind of different modes that it has there.
You can call emergency personnel.
For an emergency, exactly. It's got everything built in here, 50% off. They're $80 today.
Wonderful.
Sticking with the car.
Yes.
This is Air Moto. So this right here is going to inflate tires on a car, motorcycle, bike, golf cart, a variety, but really you're thinking about it for your car because if you get that flat tire, this is going to help you. They also have a tire plug kit So, and you know what I love about this? How many times have you tried to look at a gas station
Right.
for
Where are
the air
your
pump that
quarters
actually
and where
works?
is the air pump?
Yeah, and then you don't have the quarters, so you keep this one with you. And then this is just a tire plug, so if you get a flat, you can puncture or repair on the road.
Excellent.
Everything slash in half, $10 to $40.
This is just great to have. Even if you're not in an emergency, just put a little air in the tires.
Exactly. Then this is Luminade, so that you can add lighting and first aid kits to your emergency kit. What I love about these is that they'll hold the charge for up to 2 years, and then they'll recharge because they're solar powered just in the sun. We also have some of their other emergency products. This is an emergency blanket for warmth. It can provide life-saving warmth with a power outage or while camping. All of the products super smart from Luminade. This is one of their newest solar powered. It even has a night mode. Everything slashed in half starts at $11.50.
Excellent work, Tori. And you did all the research. This is the kind of stuff we don't want to think about. You did all the research and pulled it together for us. Thank you so much. And we've partnered with these companies on these great deals. You can get them at our website, where you'll also find more than a dozen bonus deals. And coming up, the very funny Sebastian Maniscalco. He's here.
Welcome back to GMA, live from Times Square.
He's a renowned comedian, actor, and podcast host, and his massive It Ain't Right tour is selling out shows across the country. Sebastian Maniscalco joins us now. Give it up for Sebastian, everybody. Yes. Hey, congratulations. Thank you. First of all, thank you for being here in the middle of this massive tour that you have. And congratulations, because you have a record breaker, sold out Madison Square Garden. But now, since you did that, you want more fans to come. You added a 5th show. So congratulations to you on that. And it's It Ain't Right tour. That's right. Get your tickets, everybody. And you know what? 23 new cities next year for you. I mean, what a massive tour. What is the secret to all of this success? How do you keep people just coming in?
First, you gotta be funny. All right? That's the secret. Also, you gotta have a great team behind you. You got some amazing people working for me. And you know what I did when I first started doing stand-up comedy? I would go to the comedy club, and after I would thank everybody for coming. I would take pictures with people. I would establish a connection with people, because I felt like if you're taking the time off to get a babysitter, come pay for parking, come see me, the least I could do is thank you in person. So I built like a really cool connection with these fans that I have. And, you know, I was doing Gotham Comedy Club 20 years ago, Wednesday night in front of 7 people. And now we're doing 5 gardens, which I never thought it was never in the cards for me. But I'm so flattered that people enjoy what I do.
You paid your dues.
Absolutely, for years. What would that guy think of you now playing Madison Square Garden, the young version?
Yeah, listen, I moved out to Los Angeles in 1998 just to do stand-up. If I could make a living doing stand-up, I would have been happy. And everything that's happened on top of that is pretty much gravy for me, so very grateful.
And before you go on stage, what are some of your must-haves in your dressing room? I'm just curious.
So listen, I'm not like a prima donna. I know a lot of people, they bring in couches, they bring in carpeting to their dressing room. I got a little Hall's mentholyptus and an avocado. So
that's it?
That's pretty much, that's all.
It's a weird combination.
Yeah, it's just if I get hungry, a little avocado, a little sore throat, have a little Hall's. Other than that,
just don't have them together.
No, I space it out. I space it out.
Your kids, 5 and 7-year-old, what do they think about Dad? Do they think you're funny? Are you funny around home?
Very funny household. The kids now are at an age where they're coming to the show. They just came to a show in Nashville. And my daughter said to me after the show, "I know how you get paid, Daddy. Every time somebody laughs, you get $1. So that's how she thinks the pay scale works.
Keep laughing, people.
Yeah,
keep laughing.
Keep laughing. And my son fell asleep during the show, so he's enjoying what Daddy does. And but no, we have a very funny household.
And we have time for a quick fire round. I want to play with you, okay? We call it So Right It's Wrong. So, you know, give us the first thing that comes to mind. I'm actually afraid to play this with you, to be honest with you. But we're going to do it anyway here on morning television. All right, favorite Italian food?
Pizza.
Oh, I'm with you on that. Worst time you were heckled?
Some guy took his shirt off and wanted to fight me in the second row of the Comedy Store.
How'd
So
that
what
work
happened?
out? Yeah, how'd that work out?
We had him escorted out. This guy was going to kill me. There's no way I could have stood a chance with
Then
this
you
guy.
go out through the back door. That's when you avoid that. Favorite Italian word?
Che cosa fai?
What does that mean?
What's going on?
Cosa fai. All right, habit that most annoys your wife.
Oh, God, there's a lot. That I do?
Yeah.
The way I chew my gum. I chew it like with loud and open mouth.
Lots of smacking.
All right, last one. Cringiest high school moment.
Cringiest high school moment. I have to say, having a mullet. You
had a mullet?
I had a mullet. Are you the only one laughing at this?
That's Eddie. Eddie, get your money out. You owe him some money,
take
Eddie.
him on the road. Laugh at everything I say, this guy.
Eddie, go get that ticket to the Fish Show. You just added to Madison Square Garden, buddy. You'll be laughing all day. Sebastian, always great to have you, man. Always fun.
Thank you. I
We appreciate you.
Appreciate
and congratulations on 4 sold-out shows. 5th one you just booked to get more people there, and going to sell that out, too. We appreciate it.
Now with our Emily in Paris week, and this morning we are joined by a few of the men from the show. Bruno Goury and Samuel Arnold play Emily's co-workers on the show, while Lucienne Laviscount started out as one of her love interests. It is so great to see all of you here. You all are so energetic and so lovely on screen. I love seeing all of you interact. Lucienne, you were only supposed to be in 2 episodes, and then here we are.
Stuck, yeah. These guys are stuck with me now, I think. I hope
and
so,
we're
anyway.
happy for it, by the way. How do you feel? What is it like to be a part of all this?
It's magical. Like, these guys welcome me with open arms, and to think that we could be going, we're going into a 5th season is beyond.
Well, and congrats on the 5th season, Bruno and Samuel.
Thank you.
As well. This is a breakthrough show for you. And is this your first or one of your first trips to the U.S.? You hadn't been to the U.S. before Emily in Paris.
My second trip, yeah.
And you learned English after all of this.
Un petit peu, yes. I do my best.
Magnifique. Très bon. Et vous?
Me, I actually live in LA now.
Yes.
And but I had not come to the US before season 1. After season 1, it was my first time in New York, so.
Well, here you are, and I want the audience to see a clip because this is fantastic. Let's take a look.
2 babies, naked as the day they were born, which was weeks earlier.
The lights are low, chill house music is playing in the background.
The mobile overhead projects stars and colors. Are they in a crib or club?
The 2 of you play off each other so well. Your banter is hilarious. Is there a buddy comedy ever in the works? Could the 2 of you, the Flares?
No, we actually spoke about that.
Yeah. Really?
We was on the hike in LA. We actually spoke about, like, do you know what, we should do like some action comedy thing, like you and I, or something like that. And he was like, I'll think about it.
Think about it.
Let me talk to my agent. Well, and I love that the 2 of you hiked in LA. Is this like you guys seem like behind the scenes, there's real friendships here.
Yeah. The chemistry was immediately here because we do the first day, I remember we do a table read, you remember? And we come from the same suburbs near Paris, we grew up in the same area, I mean.
Yes.
And we got the same feeling.
Yeah. It was like, I was like, I'm totally lost. And he was like, yeah, me too. Oh, nice to meet you.
Let's be best friends.
Yeah.
Lucienne, being a part of all of this, how has it changed your life?
Gosh, just the reach the show has, it's kind of wild. I guess people from different countries, different cultures, being able to stop us in the street and just see what hard work these guys have been doing as well. It's a blessing to be part of the show.
Well, and Lily was telling me earlier this week, when you guys are performing in Paris and shooting scenes, and now in Rome and all over the world, probably going forward, you end up having audiences. So it's almost like live theater, and you're performing in the street because people now know you.
It is a little bit. I think everyone, from my experience in Paris, is super respectful as well. So it's cool to be out in the streets of Paris. And this show is it's got a key to the city. Like, there's parts of the city I don't think I ever would have seen if it wasn't for the show.
It will. And Lily said earlier this week to ask everybody. I said, what should I ask everyone?
I'm nervous now. I'm nervous.
It's okay. It's not a scary question. But she said, who would you like to take rather on a Roman holiday?
Oh, character-wise?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. I think Alfie and Emily in Rome would be interesting, but I'd probably be you guys. You guys, honestly, it's the hardest thing on set is to keep a straight face when these guys are in action. And I get in trouble quite a bit because I'm just corpsing in the corner. I'm like, I can't keep a straight face.
Wait, corpsing in a corner?
Corpsing.
Okay,
laughing.
that's not.
Sorry.
Okay, laughing.
Okay,
there you
laughing. That's a northern little term. I didn't realize. Yeah.
Excellent. Also, David Beckham. He kind of discovered you? Is this the case?
It was, so I was 10, 11 years old. I got asked to do this modelling gig for Marks & Spencer's in the UK. And I had a big afro at the time. And I was a confident kid. I was full of confidence. And then we got the job, and it turned out it was David Beckham who brought out this clothing range. It was all kind of hush-hush. And then I'd done something on set. I won't tell you what it was, but yeah.
Now you have to.
We'll say that for next time. And he came over and he said, "Lucy, you should get into acting." I was like, "What's that?" And then he ended up getting his assistant to call an acting school in Manchester, and that's how it all kind of started.
Wow.
So thank you, Dave.
Yeah. It reminds you of the difference we can make in people's lives, especially if our name is David Beckham.
Yeah.
But truly, it's a really cool thing.
Yeah, the ripples it has.
Any of you have any wish lists for where you want to go to? I mean, in Emily in Paris, is there anywhere you would die to travel to as part of the show?
I definitely want to explore more of Italy.
Me too.
Yeah.
Okay.
There are so many places in Italy. Tuscany, Venice, Bergamo, my city in Italy.
Yes.
So I give that name. And what about you, Samuel? Which city?
No, not city, but probably like the region of Sardinia.
Yeah.
You know, I think that could be pretty nice, you know, to the sun. And the food.
Yes, I was going to say, you all happen to eat and drink very well, probably behind the scenes.
Yeah.
We don't drink a lot.
I'm glad that we've established that. Thank you so much to all of you, and congratulations on all of it. And all of Emily in Paris Season 4 is streaming now on Netflix. Let's go to Ginger. Hey, Ginger.
I cannot wait to catch up. Thank you so much, Rebecca. All right, it's time to start your day with a smile. This segment is sponsored by LG. Their campaign, Optimism Your Feed, is addressing negativity online by bringing positive content to social media. This morning, we want to show you how one woman's Facebook post offering a home-cooked meal turned into a movement, spreading hope and kindness. Lasagna Love began with Rhiannon Men, whose goal was to support her community during the pandemic, but then it went viral. It's now a charity with a mission to feed families, spread kindness, and strengthen communities. A sign-up online will match those in need with a local volunteer who will deliver a homemade lasagna, and that gesture has a lasting impact. Take a look.
The lasagna we received from Linda, actually, we could feel the love.
We were very grateful to get this delicious meal in a difficult time in our lives.
My husband really had his hands full already, and the woman who came over was so nice.
And as soon as I received it and placed it on the dinner table, my children dug in so quickly, it wasn't anything left after an hour.
I felt the love. I felt it, and I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Lasagna Love's TikTok videos have more than 100,000 views, and the organization has more than 56,000 volunteers globally. So far, more than 2 million people have been fed thanks to Lasagna Love. Head to GMA's Instagram to learn more about LG's campaign and see tips from a happiness expert on how to make your social media feed a happier place.
Coming up, we have Josh Rivera, the star in American Sports Story. He's right here with us. We'll be right back. We are back on GMA with a series that looks at the rise and fall of the late football star Aaron Hernandez. Josh Rivera, who we've seen in West Side Story and the Hunger Games franchise, is starring in the new American Sports Story, and he joins us now. It is so nice to see you, Josh.
Yeah, nice to see you too. Thanks for having me.
Well, and this is a really interesting project because, of course, Aaron Hernandez is pretty notorious. New England Patriots star, later convicted of murder. And you are taking a different look at his story through this project.
Yeah, something that I felt was really important is, in order to do my job successfully, I have to take all the information that I'm given and find the humanity in it, right? So the show does a really good job, I think, at kind of providing emotional context for the viewer. You know, it not necessarily to excuse or justify anything, but to give that kind of background that you might not otherwise get from more factual-based mediums like a documentary or a news cycle.
Well, and with the news, so many people did follow this story in the news. We certainly covered it a lot here. What is it like, because you've played some lovely characters in the past, what's it like to play such a notorious character?
It was a really cool challenge. There was obviously a lot of information that I had to look at, and there's this existing perspective too, you know? A lot of people already know the story, a lot of people already have opinions about it, so the interesting challenge was, you know, I can't really copy that and imitate what I think people want to see. I have to find a disposition or like an essence that's compatible with the outlook on it, so that I can also take steps to tell the larger story, you know?
Well, let's take a look at a clip.
Stop. What are you talking about? The Wonderlic score isn't what we needed it to be. I told you I suck at tests. And it's okay. These teams just talk to each other. That's why I gotta run.
And this was somewhat familiar to you because you have a background in playing football.
Yeah, I played football for a few years. I was a linebacker and a guard.
A linebacker and a guard who ended up becoming an actor.
Yeah,
How does that happen?
I don't know. I just kind of shifted. I did a musical one year, and I decided I liked it, and I just kept pursuing theater. So it just kind of went that direction, I guess.
It all worked out the way it was meant to.
Yeah.
We were just laughing a minute ago because you had to get to set very, very early.
Yeah.
Because your arms were filled with
They're
tattoos.
all sleeved up. Yeah.
All
that's
sleeved
right.
up, and the artists had to put this all together. Okay, we see a picture right there.
Yeah.
How long did that take?
It took about 3 hours every morning.
Every morning.
Yeah.
So
it was
you
quite a
washed
bit
them
of
off
time.
every day and started over?
Yeah, we had these like special oils that we would rub onto the tattoos to get the adhesive off, and it was quite the process. Yeah, it was something.
Even before you started, and we see you there, how did you bulk up for this role? It definitely took a lot of physical as well.
Oh yeah, I had a really good trainer, and it was just, you know, working out like 5 days a week and just the shakes, just so many shakes.
Oh, shakes.
All kinds of shakes.
You were
just
drinking
all-
shakes. For a
all
minute,
the
I thought you
time.
meant you were shaking.
Oh no, I wasn't shaking. It's probably good exercise anyway, but no, it was just a lot of protein shakes and just tons of food, and in between every meal I would drink shakes. Just shakes all the time. Yeah.
Well, that's the secret, guys.
Yeah,
Shakes.
there you go. There's the Hollywood secret, guys.
Thank you so much for joining us
Yeah,
here.
of
We really
course.
appreciate it.
Of course. Thank you for having me again.
And the first 2 episodes of American Sports Story, Aaron Hernandez, are streaming now on Hulu. New episodes air Tuesdays on FX. Great work. Thanks for watching.
Have a great Thursday.